I'm Stuart from the number 1 bead shop, and today we're going to make this cuff bracelet. Now this bracelet is made using these fabulous black and pink crystals. Now there's lots of different materials you can use to make a similar bracelet, but today this is the one I'm going to use. Now this material can be used to put on shoes and clothing, handbags. It really has a huge range of uses. Now today the size of the bracelet we're going to make is a size that would fit somebody with an 18.5cm wrist or smaller. If you need a bigger size or smaller size, then obviously you'd adjust the length of the material. Now to make a bracelet that size, we have to start off with a strip which is 19cm. The reason for that is these two squares here we have to change so we get the finish at the end where you just see a row of stones. The reason we do this is so that the whole sheet can go inside the clasp and make it a much nicer and more professional finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the last strip of both sides. Crunch, crunch. And then I'm going to cut out this square here. Now you can do it with scissors, but just to be a little bit more professional and get a neater finish, I'm going to use a craft scalpel. Pop that one out. Right, and then what I'll do is with the piece that I've cut off here, I'm going to cut out this square and we're going to transplant it onto this sheet. Now it's quite important when you're doing this to make sure any excess glue around the edges is taken off, and then you have to line it up so you get a nice neat finish like that. Now this one here I made a little bit earlier just to show you. So now you can see we have both sides done. So what we'd do is we'd take a piece of felt or similar material and we'd place this on top. Now this material has an adhesive back and the adhesive melts with heat. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our iron, which is not actually on for the purpose of this video, but what you do is you put the iron on and just hold it there gently for 1 or 2 minutes. You check in every few seconds just to make sure that the stones are still in place and the adhesive is melting to the back of the sheet. Now to tell if the adhesive is melting, you can simply just touch it and lift it, and if it doesn't lift then you know that the adhesive is melting and it is attached to the sheet. Now just to make sure that it's properly attached, we just push down the small stones with an object similar to this. Normally you wouldn't have to do this if it was all small stones, but as the iron is sitting on the black stone which is higher up, the small stones get less heat, so we just push down here, making sure that it's all attached. Now at the end, because we've had a transplant here, we need to pay a little bit more attention. So what we do is we put the iron across like that, not putting too much pressure, just let the heat soak into the stones and melt the adhesive. And put the point of the iron over the join this way. Now we do this for about 30 seconds, making sure the adhesive is very hot. And then a little bit of gentle pressure here, just to push down. This is very important because this part of the sheet is going to go inside the clasp, and we want to make sure we get a very nice professional finish. Now once you've done that both sides, you just let it cool, then you trim off the excess felt. Then what we recommend, we're going to use this clasp here which you can screw on, but what we recommend, again just to get a more professional finish, is using the E6000 glue. It's just to take some glue and just put a little bit along the edge of the strip, which means once you insert it into the clasp like so, the glue all set. So you have double protection, you have the sheet that's glued in and also when you screw it in the back. So there's no way that bracelet is going to come apart. Now before we screw it in, we're going to leave one row of stones here, just like so. We turn it over and using a screwdriver we'll tighten the screws. Now before the glue sets you turn it back and you just make sure that it's in line, all your stones are in line and looks nice. If not, then just unscrew it again and just adjust it to suit. And that's all it takes to make this stunning, beautiful crystal bracelet. Now we've made the bracelet, what we can do is we can use some of the leftover materials. Now these squares here actually make fabulous stud earrings. Now to make the stud earrings, all we need is a couple of 8mm flatbacks, and we would take the square, and what we have to do is we would peel off all the excess glue, because to try and iron that onto an earring is a little bit difficult. But you see there how the glue just peels back. And then once we've peeled that off, we use some of the E6000 glue again, and then glue it on like so. Just put them upside down on the table with your 8mm flatbacks on top. Let it set. Again, remember with the E6000 glue, it is best to let it set for 24 hours until it's properly cured, although you can handle it after about 30 minutes. Now these ones are made in a different colour, but you can see there, you get a fabulous effect, and you're only using your excess material, so it's not costing you a penny. Thank you for watching the #1 bead shop.